Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play The Outer Worlds, where we are for this clue missing a keycard. That is not that cool, to be utterly honest, but maybe we are gonna find it somewhere, right? And by that, I mean obviously we are gonna take a little look around, right? The question is, it could be anywhere, right? It could be... The keycard could be on a mob. The keycard could be in the bin somewhere, could be lying around. That is the little The shaft of the tossbar stick is bent and cracked, exceeding tossbar regulation requirements. The end of the
bits of wicker detected, embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product.
It looks like someone used the tossbar to stick to completely obliterate a picnic basket. Maybe it's some kind of upper class mating ritual. Oh my goodness.
The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick in two are the dedicated hackers, like Black Hole Birdie. Whatever Ms. Ruth Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together instigated a furious increase in his usual strength threshold by 52%.
Let's not jump to conclusions. There are drunk primals stomping around. One of them could have broken it.
Yep. I agree. I wonder... Did we already... Have we already been here? I wonder if I analyzed that already. If that is the case, then I am very, very sorry. Alright, then we still have other clues to figure out. 40 meters in this direction. Then let's start here.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis. This discarded canister is typical of the R-mounted storage tanks on the orchard's agricultural mechanicals. However, it is not currently attached to a mechanical. This canister contains a high amount of vinegar in addition to water. Warning. Use of vinegar, a known herbicide on purpleberry saplings, is a violation of Rizzo's agricultural standards.
Discrepancy amplifier. Where are these canisters are usually kept?
These canisters can typically be found in the nursery storage building in the purpleberry orchards, except for this one, which can be found here.
Deeper chemical analysis.
Makeup of substance: 50% water, 50% vinegar. Trace amounts of woolly cow feces also detected.
Okay. Good. This one is then investigated, and then let's go to the other location.
Oh,
hello, boys. Maybe they are gonna drop us a keycard. That, of course, would be utterly amazing. Energy cell. Armor parts. Oh, god damn it. I really was hoping to find a keycard here, to be utterly, completely honest with you. Well, that's too bad. I already looted them, right? Heavy ammunition. Okay, we then do not... Oh, that's good. We do not need to kick out. That's good. At least it seems so. So let's then pick a conversation. Let's have a chat. And see what comes out. Maybe the only, what I see here, the only, well, I don't want to call it downside, might be that we do not have a conversation option available, but, well, let's see.
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has managed to kill them.
How's the investigation going? You got a complete report for me yet?
I've completed my investigation.
All right, let's hear the details.
A drink was built over the processing console, shorting it out.
A drink? I ain't never heard of no saboteur dumping drinks all over equipment to destroy it. I hate to say it, but that sounds more like worker carelessness.
How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? Slug isn't behind your problems. Slug wouldn't even need to cause you problems. Your own workers do enough.
An herbicide was mixed with the fertilizer, which ended up killing the saplings.
Ha! Knew Slug was behind the damn sabotage.
Please. We're subtle, but that's too subtle. If we wanted to destroy your saplings, you'd have known them by the blackened remnants of their stems, not some half-assed poisoning.
I took care of the roaming exterminator
I
automax.
see you left a few of them intact even. Smashed more than I'd like, but I guess I'm glad you didn't obliterate them all.
Never did like leaving a job half-finished myself, but that's me.
So what were the fine details of the sabotage anyhow? Were Slug's lackeys trying to get the mechanicals to kill all our waspitos?
You wrote that Slug is trying to mess with your livelihood. I mean, I guess they were really just trying to kill everything. First
Of course. And what better way to do that than by targeting our pollinizers? They'd be a hell of a pain to kill manually. But if you set the mechanicals to do it...
In your delusional fantasy, the waspitos wouldn't be out until next pollinization cycle. Wouldn't someone notice the rampant mechanicals beforehand?
That seems like a question you should be asking yourself.
Is there a way to manually initiate a pollination cycle?
Well, yes, it's possible to manually start and end cycles in Hive Control, but we keep a careful watch on it. And there have been no non-Rizzo's personnel in or out.
Stop wasting everyone's time, Hathaway. What you're proposing is infinitely less likely than an idiot maneuver by one of your incompetent workers. I won't hear any further slander. Let's go through this one final time so even you can't confuse it, Hathaway. Slug didn't do a damn thing to your orchards. You're chasing ghosts.
Talk about ghosts all you like, but someone was screwing with my orchards. If it wasn't Slug, then who the hell was it?
Say nothing.
You picked a hell of a time to lose your tongue over there, friend. I guess I can't force you to tell me anything. But the peace of mind would have been worth much to me. Right now, we of the orchards have to settle things with Slug. I reckon that you're about as impartial a third party as we're gonna get. Can you mediate?
Ah, what the hell. The orchardist seems to get off on complicating what should be a simple deal, but at this point, I just want to be paid and go. The pollen in the air is agitating.
You wasted Slug's time and try to blame your screw-ups on them. Pay up. Slug's presence is making productivity in the orchards worse. Don't give them another bit. Rizzo's will have bits to spare after the brown unveiling. Could pay them with interest. Either of you spread fucks bicker for a second longer. I will rip your tongues out. Yeah, I'll intimidate them.
Hey, would you look at that? All of a sudden, I have an urge to just pay Slug. How about that?
Yes. And Slug will go back to making sure your shipments get safely to you. That's satisfactory, right, Inspector? Right?
Okay. I do not know whether that was the best outcome, but fair enough. Good. Another quest done. Oh, I thought there were more side quests, But I'm not complaining. Okay, we have another chat then, I guess. Let's fast travel. And then one more thing, we again need to select the quest. Alright, there his office is.
You got an appointment? Appointment?
I need to speak with Cedric.
Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment?
Can I make an appointment for right now?
Not entirely out of the question. Convince me.
Have merchandising information for Cedric, multi-billion bit business. Could I put in a good word with Cedric about his incredibly helpful secretary? Oh, yes.
Wouldn't mind a new bolter pistol. I've fired mine so many times the tips nearly fell off. Let's give Mr. Kincannon a ring. Mr. Kincannon, got a person of interest here to see you. Think they've got business.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send him up.
Okay. It's a nice figure. Or figurine. Hello, boy.
Why, if it isn't the inspector, I was hoping you'd swing by. Here for my alibi, I assume.
Later. First I want an explanation for the nonsense outside.
Another murder? Drunk raptidons? Black hole birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
I had a run-in with some Slug agents. Okay, yeah, this one.
Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
How did thugs get their hands on Slug gear?
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few. Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs slug gear and send them after you?
Clearly, whoever's behind this wants to pit me against Slug.
Right again, Inspector. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
Presumable Ludovico more than anyone given your work relationship. Gosh, could it possibly be the administrator? How dumb do you think I am? If you have a theory, spit it out.
Oh, that's good. That's very good, Inspector. I like this. Dominant, aggressive, The man in charge. I don't want to accuse anyone without hard evidence, though it may be worth noting Ludovico has motivation in spades. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that settled, I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder? Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
And where would I find Elliot Nasser to verify that?
An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
Then how am I supposed to trust anything you say? So your alibi is that you were busy murdering someone else, yeah.
Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
So Helen's death is a net loss for Slug. Yeah.
I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long run. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
Anything else I should look into? I take it the guy you tortured wasn't the source of your missing cargo then?
Oh, Elliot stole from me, all right. Alas, you're right in that his was a singular isolated incident, and as such, does not resolve a concerning broader trend. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
Okay, what's the connection to Helen's murder?
I'm not sure. I'm only confident there is one. That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
Okay, I guess I can't guarantee the theft isn't related to the murder.
I certainly wouldn't take that bet. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads, me scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
I'll say this once, whoever is behind this is going to jail, not to you. I feel I should have said no to a violent crime lord. Just no unspeakable mangling in front of me, please. I take the first one.
You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
Okay, before I get
Was there
started,
something else you wanted to discuss?
I have more questions about Helen. Constable is dead. Why does he hate you so much?
The original incident? Well, I made him an offer he should have refused.
That's assuming he could refuse it.
Intimidation has its role in diplomacy. Still, his choice to work with Sublight was indeed a choice. Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted Sublight to construct the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Eridanos, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added.
Okay, so you tricked him.
Think of it this way. It was a test, and he failed. It was all perfectly legal, too, which irked Lou to no end. My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger.
Okay. You did steal what was rightfully his.
Do you think power belongs to those who submit the proper paperwork requesting it? Slug's control of Eridanos is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business.
Why do you care so much what the board thinks?
Because one day soon, Sublight will obtain a seat on it. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old slights, which can be a nuisance. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less than legal business opportunities.
Okay, murder had better not be one of those opportunities.
Continue investigating, Inspector. I'm afraid you'll find both you and Ludovico will be disappointed in that regard.
Okay, but this actually already brings us to the end. We might, if I remember in the next session to talk to him again, we'll do that. For now, you know it. I, as usual,
timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed this episode, please give me a little thumbs up and subscribe. And hopefully I see you in the next wonderful episode. Until then, have a wonderful day. Stay frosty. Bye.